Hey there, my friends. Good evening, or rather, good morning to everyone. After all, we're here, ready to bring you everything that happened on the track this Thursday morning into Friday during free practice 1 for the Las Vegas GP. But before I tell you all the details, I invite you to subscribe and activate notifications so you don't miss any details of this weekend that could be decisive in the 2024 season. And to support our work this morning, leave your like, which helps our channel a lot. Also tell me in the comments, what time are you watching this video? Did you manage to watch it live in the early hours? Or are you watching it during the day on Friday? So without further ado, let's go to the track where we had a lot of movement since everyone wanted to understand the circuit and get the best possible adjustments on the cold Las Vegas night. And as soon as time was up, the first to go to the track were the cars from McLaren, Alpine, Stake, and Ferrari, with more cars gradually taking to the track. And with the weather so cold, below 15 degrees, several drivers complained about the lack of grip in their first laps, with some saying that it felt like they were driving in the wet. In addition to the cold, the track was very dirty, which further impaired the car's grip, with several drivers going off the track and everyone taking it easy in these initial moments to avoid taking any risks, since this circuit has very close walls and any mistake can cost them dearly. After everyone's first lap, George Russell was the fastest, Kevin Magnussen was second, and Lewis Hamilton third, with the Red Bull and McLaren cars a little behind at this point. As time went by, the cars that performed best in this first half were the Mercedes, improving lap after lap and staying more than 1.5 seconds ahead of the other teams, in a good start for the team. At the back, Zhou and Stroll were well behind the rest of the grid, with the Williams cars also failing to put in any good laps. At Red Bull, the drivers continued to run laps on the same set of soft tires since the beginning of the practice session, doing many fast laps on this set, and certainly taking advantage of the opportunity to test some situations for the rest of the weekend. Near the halfway point of the practice session, several drivers went to the garages to make adjustments and change tires. And with exactly 30 minutes to go, Lewis Hamilton was leading, with George Russell in second and Pierre Gasly in third. Just below were the two Ferrari cars, and towards the end, Zhou and Stroll were still in last place. In this part of the practice session, when going to his garage, Oscar Piastri complained that his car would not turn off, with the team collecting it and trying to resolve this problem in the next few minutes. With 20 minutes to go, the cars returned to the track, this time most of them on soft tires, causing the times to change quite a bit, and once again the track became very crowded, with the Ferrari cars taking the lead in the times at this point, with Sainz in first and Leclerc in second. Other cars that surprised in this part were the Alpines, which showed a very good pace, especially on straights, something unexpected, since this is precisely the weak point of this car this season. With 5 minutes to go, George Russell went onto the track with soft tires and immediately took the lead in the times, opening up 0.3 of a second over the second-place driver at the time, who was Lando Norris. And shortly after, Lewis Hamilton managed to beat Russell's time, with the driver praising the car a lot on the radio. The Red Bull car showed a different configuration from Mercedes, Ferrari, and McLaren, with the team focusing on a car with more downforce, which sacrificed speed on straights, losing more than half a second per lap in qualifying pace. And with the time over, Hamilton was the fastest in practice 1, with Russell in second, almost 0.4 behind, and Lando Norris in third, far behind the Mercedes cars at that moment. Verstappen was only 5th, Perez 10th, and at the end, the Stake and Racing Bulls cars were the big disappointments of this first part, with no pace at all in qualifying or even in the race, with many changes likely to happen in the next sessions. So that's the end of the coverage of this free practice 1. So tell me, do you think Mercedes will come strong in Las Vegas? And Verstappen, will he be able to recover to win the title this season in this race?